Hands off or I'll cut them off.
Well, at the very least, that month, I'd save on soap.
Warte mal, Blumen.
Was that the key to the heart of the young and attractive librarian?
Wenn eine Blume an der
Tekla
Mumie...
did mention her father's hatred of flowers.
Ja.
Not that I resist such a temptation.
And what's that supposed to be? What the hell is wrong with you?
I thought it might represent an aesthetic improvement.
What the heck? Get out of my way!
Schatz, das ist...
Was that the key to the heart of the young and attractive librarian?
Ratter, 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 ratter. Sie schmeißt die Blume weg, ich kann sie wieder einsammeln, also brauche ich es öfter. Wenn wir das kleben können, können wir es ankleben.
The resin would have made the orchid sticky.
Okay, das läuft in die Richtung. Dann weiß ich Bescheid. Manchmal gibt einem das Spiel selber das Rätsel vor und auch die Lösung.
Damned flower again. This time I'll cut your hands, cretin. Don't worry, Tata. I'll fix you in a second.
Tata.
What's up with this flower? Did it take root?
Ach so, Tasche vielleicht.
She would have seen me.
Ach so, warte mal, sie würde mich sehen.
Hey, lift the tarp right now, cretin.
The mechanism must have been stuck. Give me a second.
Oh, oh.
So are you going to let me out or what? It's about time.
Okay, die Blume ist ab.
Powerful honey anesthetics. That way I could have sprayed the anesthetic more effectively.
Und dann machen wir den... Oh, wir sind so böse. Können wir gleich nochmal beichten gehen hier. Mal gucken, lass uns die Beichte wieder abnehmen.
I have an urgent need to confess.
Sit down, my son. I'll be there in a moment. What sins have you committed, lost young sheep?
I'd say the same as last time.
The same in all respects?
Yes, Father. I can't overcome my impulses.
There's very little we can do. Let us join together in prayer, my son.
Okay.
How weird. Suddenly I...
Bam. Wir sind so böse, 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 böse.
The signal on the door indicated that Carla was hearing someone's confession. I hoped it was enough to deter other sinners eager to redeem themselves.
Oh, jetzt ein Gemälde. Ich guck mal sicherheitshalber vorher nach.
The plaque identified the figure as St. Leo, patron of the city. I imagined someone more muscular and fierce.
Da ist ja ein interessanter Schlüssel. Danke.
I could glimpse scary skull shapes, but other than that, the dark dominated. It was a metallic ring that allowed the chain to be secured once lowered. It was a metallic ring. Damn, the latch I needed to lock the chain was broken, yet the two ones were so close together. bracelet would be perfect to secure the chain.
War mir klar.
Wow. I was gripped by awe for a few seconds, surrounded by death as I'd never been before. Then I realized a huge number of niches in the ossuary. I couldn't defile them all.
Steht da nicht ein Name dran?
Those niches were ancient. Too ancient for what I was looking for. The dates on those niches matched the period I was interested in. In addition, the names looked Polish. What I was looking for was right there, a few inches from me. I just had to find the right grave. I couldn't see any reference to eagle wings. What I was looking for, I couldn't see.
Warte mal. Das war das hier, glaube ich.
During the day, the fortress was back to shining, engulfed by its elevated tranquility. It gave me a thrill, though, together with the memory of the fight I had the previous night with the doctor.
Das war das, glaube ich, hier. Warte mal.
That panel was a reminder of the forced stay of Felice Orsini, the man responsible for the attack perpetrated against Napoleon III of France. The emperor survived, but the 3 bombs thrown at his carriage caused real carnage.
Okay, das war's nicht. Dann war's das hier.
Bartolome Jankowski. Eagle wings. Just a second. Father Alfredo wrote that the relic was protected by eagle wings. That was the name of the man I was looking for. One of the holders of the scroll pieces. So Father Alfredo rested in the church ossuary, along with the knights he deemed worthy. I also learned that a fragment of the scroll was entrusted to a particular knight nicknamed Eagle Wings. I no longer doubted it. The scroll piece had to be in the ossuary, specifically in the tomb of that knight.
Okay, dann wissen wir das auch. Und dann können wir wieder zurückgehen. Moment, war da was? Das war da vorher nicht da.
Judging by his condition, that medkit had to belong to the workman. Among the tools, an unused syringe stuck out. Somebody could get pricked.
So. Lokalheld geehrt. Viele von Ihnen kennen ihn wahrscheinlich persönlich, denn wir sprechen von einem unserer Mitbürger, der sich gestern Abend mit einer furchtlosen Rettungstat hervorgetan hat. Sein Name ist Luca, seit einigen Monaten Wachmann und Betreuer der Renovierungsarbeiten an der Festung San Leo. Es war bei Einbruch der Dunkelheit. Ein Arbeiter und ich waren noch für einige dringende Reparaturen auf, sagte der Mann unseren Reportern. Plötzlich hörten wir laute Geräusche, die von draußen kamen, wie ein heftiger Kampf und etwas zersplittertes Glas. Da verlor der Arbeiter wahrscheinlich das Gleichgewicht und fiel von dem Gerüst, auf dem er in diesem Moment arbeitete. Und hier kommt unser mutiger Luca ins Spiel, der sich mit unglaublichen Reflexen auf den Boden wirft, den Sturz seines Kollegen abmildert und ihn vor dem sicheren Tod bewahrt. Ich konnte nicht anders als einzugreifen. Ich bin ein harter Kerl, erklärte mit unsicherem Blick. Ein versuchter Einbruch in die Festung von San Leo also oder ein einfacher Streit. Mehr Informationen auf Seite 11.
Wow, you became a local hero.
I didn't do anything in particular. I'm just soft. I knew eating all those donuts would be good for something sooner or later.
Okay.
I had nothing else to ask him.
Okay, gut, weiß ich Bescheid. Weiter geht's. Wir wissen jetzt, wer gemeint ist. Der Pfarrer ist immer noch dicht. So, hier ist irgendwas in der Seite.
I looked for Bartolome Jankowski among the names. There he was. The knight who was called Eagle Wings, to whom Father Alfredo entrusted the custody of the scroll, even in the afterlife. But now, how could I open that niche? It wasn't just walled, but further protected by a thick steel sheet attached with some rivets. In that moment, that marble slab was all that separated me from one of the scroll fragments. Or at least, that's what I hoped. To open the lid, the side rivets would need to disappear. It wasn't possible to remove them by hand.
Okay, wir brauchen irgendwas zum Hebeln, ja?
Better think about it. I thought it was better to look for another...
Okay, wir haben erstmal nichts hier. Die Frage... Was ist das?
Something fell off.
It's just a folded handkerchief.
It's because of people like you that the cities are full of garbage. Hey, Oliviero. Let's see if I figured out your plan to conquer Gaia. You want to recover Count Cagliostro's scroll in the hope of...
Chemical formulas. You know what the alchemists were famous for, don't you?
So, you hope to find the formula and use your PhD in chemistry to transmute gold?
I'd become rich beyond all imagination, Lazaro. And at that point, Gaia would fall at my feet.
I'm no love expert, but I don't think it works exactly like that.
You'll see. You'll see.
I could be just a step away from one of the scroll pieces. I'm sure it's in the ossuary of the Church of St. Francis in Verna.
Oh, gross, Lazaro. Do you really want to desecrate a grave full of centuries-old rotten bones?
I'm not particularly excited about it, but it's what I have to do. The problem is that the niche is protected by thick steel plates, tightened with rivets.
I could synthesize a mild acid. Unfortunately, I don't have any fluorocarbon. I can order some from my supplier, but it will take time.
Of course. Can I get it for you some other way?
Fluorocarbon is found in firefighting agents, cooling liquids, additives for motor oil, and even some varnishes. Watch how you extract it, though. Fluorocarbon can be harmful to human beings.
Okay, wo krieg ich denn...
Where did you say I could get some fluorocarbon?
Fluorocarbon is found in firefighting agents, cooling liquids, additives for motor oil, and even some varnishes. Watch how you extract it, though. Fluorocarbon can be harmful to human beings.
Okay.
About the pieces of the scroll. I recovered your fragment, the one Tekla lost.
Oh, what a relief. It's the most important discovery of my life. We still need 2 pieces of scroll, but we're getting closer.
See you later. Hey.
Warte mal.
Where did you say?
Fluorocarbon is found in firefighting agents, cooling liquids, additives for motor oil, and even some varnishes. Watch how you extract it, though. Fluorocarbon can be harmful to human beings.
Extrahieren.
Well, at the very least, that month I'd save on soap. I had just one
Das ist
a hard
Anästhetikum.
piece of tire that came from Green Dart. Hey, Olivia.
Fluorkohlenstoff.
See you later.
Nee. Fluorkohlenstoff.
This shift never ends.
Albert, are you smoking again? Why, you. Every time you force me to risk my neck on these damn slippery steps. I warned you, Albert. Don't say I didn't warn you. Give me those cigarettes right now. And don't make those goo-goo eyes. It's useless.
That was a very naughty idea. That's why I liked it.
Sie sind rutschig.
The balm dried instantly, becoming invisible at a quick glance. The balm dried instantly, becoming invisible at a quick glance.
Aber wir müssen irgendwie das mit dem Feuer hinkriegen, ne?
It deactivated the main alarm, in case it went off by mistake. Have you been working in this building long?
Yes, I'm very competent in this, sector.
How long precisely?
We can say I've held this position for, several days.
Days? You said you were competent.
I'm a quick learner.
What do you think about Director Beringler?
Heavenly days! What an unusual request. Well,
The guard wore a concentrated expression. Beads of sweat gently purled on his forehead. Then he said,
I think he's a good-looking man, yes.
I meant, can you offer any other useful information about him? I don't know, anything that he might like or loathe?
Once, a while ago, I saw him choking on a coffee that the bartender in Dante Alighieri Square recommended to him. A new mixture. Well, it turned out it was infused with the flavor of licorice, which the director can't tolerate. You should have seen how he coughed. He seemed ready to explode.
Very, very interesting.
I agree. That infusion was very tasty.
Gut, dass wir gefragt haben.
Tell me everything you know about Count Cagliostro.
Oh, yes. Well, yes. It was in the manual. I remember it.
Thick veins appeared on the guard's temples as he racked his brain. All that intense thinking inspired him to say,
He was a count, yes.
Trust me, read through that manual again. Why did that guy confiscate your cigarettes?
This job is really monotonous, and I never know how to pass the time, so I smoke. Except I always forget there's a very good fire alarm in here.
Listen to me. Kick the habit. Anyway, I really don't like that bully's attitude. About the castle key, do you guard it?
No. The director personally locks up the castle every night and reopens it the following morning. He probably gets her at the first light of dawn.
Oder
That would be a
schläft
real
da.
impediment. Even if I managed to steal the keys from Beringler somehow, he would surely notice their absence immediately.
Oh, silly me. Lake has a copy too, for emergencies. It didn't occur to me because he hardly ever uses them.
That is great news.
You're very kind to worry so much about the fate of our keys.
Okay, jetzt muss er bloß noch irgendwie Zigaretten
Bye.
kriegen.
It had to be a drain or a ventilation system. Maybe an ancient well? I knew I should have updated my knowledge on medieval history before embarking on that trip. That guy would not have cooperated, and yet I had to grab the keys of the castle off of him.
Ja, wir brauchen Feuer.
It felt like months had passed since the map on the Silalique and that absurd riddle connected to chest.
Wir brauchen... Feuer. Aber wie mitnehmen? Hier ist Feuer. Können wir benutzen.
It gave off an intense heat.
Okay, das kann man nicht benutzen.
I didn't understand. I wonder if the fire was hot enough to melt the tire. Part of the tire had been liquefied, forming a boiling pool. I didn't understand how that could possibly help me.
Okay, es wird sprühen, das ist schwierig. Vielleicht den Magnet wieder heil
Maybe.
machen?
Or maybe not.
Ja, Zigaretten habe ich bloß bisher noch nicht gefunden, aber das wäre halt eine Idee.
Perfectly insulated. The syringe was perfectly insulated.
Eine isolierte Spritze.
At the moment, I didn't know what to do.
Eine isolierte Spritze.
A brand new air conditioner. Mine, by comparison, produced an effect similar to an icicle in the oven. Olive told me that the fluorocarbon was used as a cooling liquid.
Ah, okay.
Olive told me that the fluorocarbon was used as a cooling liquid. The problem remained of how to pick up a sample. Olive told me that the fluorocarbon was used as a cooling liquid. From under there, though, I couldn't reach the air conditioner. A brand new air conditioner. Olive told me...
Ich will die Leiter verschieben. Warte mal. Na toll.
It wasn't moving an inch. Maybe it hadn't been used for a long time.
Balsam.
Well, that balm was viscous enough to lube the wheels. The ladder still refused to move. Now it was time to set aside my elaborate ploys and use a good dose of healthy brute force.
How impetuous. There must be a very interesting book on the upper shelves.
Oh ja, ist es. Hier oben ist was ganz Wichtiges. Aber, warte mal. So, jetzt aber.
Of course. With the syringe, I could extract some fluorocarbon from the air conditioner.
You're very ebullient. I had never seen anyone inject an air conditioner.
Ich habe nichts... Okay, deswegen haben wir das auch isoliert. Ich dachte, wir nehmen das flüssige Zeug mit, was wir eingeschmolzen haben. So, hier haben wir ja Oliviere.
Here's your fluorocarbon.
You really managed to find some. You're a wizard. Do you have a suitable container?
Will this sprayer do?
Double glass, central straw, and metal alloy. Right. I can produce an acid that won't corrode it. Now, give me a few minutes. It's a delicate process.
Here 15 Minuten
we are.
später.
A really powerful acid. Be careful. It's very corrosive.
I've kept worse things in my pockets.
Sprühflasche mit Säure. Okay, ab. Dahin. Der schläft immer noch. Ach ja, ja, machen wir gleich.
I found myself face to face with he who was the guardian of the scroll for the last 2 centuries. Apart from the skull, his remains were kept under a shroud depicting a rose over a cross. I was sure that symbol was directing me to something. I was sure I could finally get out of that nightmarish place, but not before recovering my tracking bracelet. I had one piece of the scroll, and the next was waiting for me inside Castle Sancti Leonis. I just needed one more.
Wollen wir nicht den Schlüssel zurückgeben? Ist aber der falsche Schlüssel. Okay. Tabak, sagt die Tante. Tabak.
Hey, Oliviero.
Warte mal, Lakritz.
If I asked for some licorice, would you send me around in search of something weird?
Just admit that you had fun picking that orchid.
Well, just a bit.
Here, enjoy the taste of true licorice.
Okay, und die Zigaretten?
You also sell cigarettes, right?
What a question. Of course I do.
Well then, give me a pack.
Any brand in particular?
No, the important thing is that they can be smoked.
You are one weird cat, eh? More than usual, I mean.
Because I was literally terrified. I already knew I'd been sentenced to death, but keeping a pack in my pocket was like carrying around a loaded gun. See you later.
So, dann speichern wir nochmal ab hier.